How have I survived all of this social media bullying and stuff like that? I'm very big on philosophy and psychology as well. There's this book that I read very early on. It's called The Popular Delusion and Madness of a Crowd. Tell you about all the frenziness that would happen in the world. Now, I used to always just say that it's normal, they're going to do that, but eventually they're going to transcend from the hate and the accusation into love and admiration. I'm sharing my genuine thoughts. Like when I said, like, if you're 30 years plus, you must have. But read the last part.
This is you're not good. This is equivalent to just 6,150 today. If you haven't made it yet, check yourself first, then check your friends and circles.
That is what people missed.
Kojo, are you a millionaire?
This is a question to ask. But question. Who is a millionaire?
That's a good question. Are you asking me?
Yes.
Someone who has still $1 million before.
In what sense? It could be in liquid cash or in assets.
Yeah.
I've seen both.
People are dragging you on Twitter. You've been doing this for 13 years. You've made losses and all that. Like, what has been some of your mindset shifts, especially when it comes to money, finances, trading?
So there's this book, right? I thought you're asking a question in a particular manner in the sense of how have I survived all of this social media bullying and stuff like that, right? I'm very big on philosophy and psychology as well, right? There's this book that I read very early on. It's a very big book, also probably like 1,000 page. It's called The Popular Delusion and Madness of a Crowd, right? By Charles Mackay. I read a lot though. I'm sure probably
I've seen that.
And that kind of book, that book would tell you about all the frenziness that would happen in the world, even counting down like, thousands of decades, right? Mm-hmm. Relating it to all spheres of life, not only like finance, even though there's like a lot of finance logic around the market bubbles,
right.
Witchcraft. Would you believe that there was a point in England where like they believed that England was going to crash, right? Mm-hmm. As in like there were meteors that were going to fall from the skies and destroy. Yeah. And so all the people panicked and ran away from there. Look, imagine like today England. And you read that from that book. So you kind of understand people's logic. I'm just giving that as an example of how I've read into psychology of humans and people. And then when I started like this Twitter stuff and then people started coming at me, I used to always just say that it's normal, they're going to do that, but eventually they're going to transcend from the hate and the accusation into love and admiration, and you can tell, maybe it's just been a while, you probably kept up with my post, but 95% is love and admiration.
I've seen it,
But previously it was like hate and just how it just works. You have to understand the dynamism. And sometimes there's also a little bit of political play in there, because if you don't do that, then you're not going to get any clout. You need that clout to grow in today's world.
Yeah.
You need that attention, whether you like it or not.
Look,
nobody's going to watch your podcast if you want to be the most calmest. True. I'm not saying go and find fights already.
No, I get your point.
You get what I mean? Yeah. There need to be a little bit of spice and sauce in there in a more salient way to just gain. So, however anybody, as far as I'm not hurting anybody physically, I'm not, you get what I mean? I'm sharing my genuine thoughts. Like when I said, like, if you're 30 years plus, you must have.
Oh boy, that tweet.
I meant it. And I don't change my mind on it. If you don't have that, look around first yourself. Then if you look around yourself and it's not enough, look around your friends. Is that not what I said?
Yeah.
How like detrimental is this tweet? I don't know if you get what I mean. How painful is this, or how crazy is it? I said that you at the age of 30 should at least have what? 100,000.
I want to see if I can find it.
That tweet?
Yeah.
You probably have to search 100,000.
Okay, no age range as limitation, but if you're 30 years plus, as of now, you should have seen and made your first 100,000 at least.
Yes.
And I think people didn't see the part where you said seen.
Yes.
Because I'm 25.
Yeah.
I have seen.
Yes.
I have touched.
Yes.
So that makes sense.
But read the last part.
This is... You're not good. This is equivalent to just 6,150 today. If you haven't made it yet, check yourself first, then check your friends and circles.
That is what people missed.
Yeah.
That's what true. People missed.
Yeah.
That is that. And they highlighted the scene and then went away. But in true sense, it's either you're checking yourself. What am I
What
doing
am I
wrong? You know, why have I not reached there yet? Am I walking in a path that is just leading? You get the very contended people, settled people that are just like lost perhaps all hopes or whatever it is, running with a narrative of all hands are not equal. But it depends on where you want to
This
be.
is a very bad mindset. Because like, I mean, it's still around the thing about
Yes.
mindset. Because even this like this, somebody will be, I'm sure in the comments people will be like, bro, we're in Ghana, the government is not
absolutely, of course.
And people don't want to take things for themselves.
Yes.
And someone came on the pod the last time and she said, she made a statement that was very powerful. She said, I asked the question and she was like, nobody will do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that a lot of Ghanaians, I'm still a young boy. I mean, I fall under the category of the Ghanaian youth. Don't understand that nobody's going to do it. The government, forget about it.
Of course.
Your parents, forget about it. And this tweet, you just hated it because today in Ghana, this was last year, right?
Yes.
Ekufado is stepping on her legs. What do you mean I should have seen my 100,000? Right? Mindset problem. Kojo, are you a millionaire?
This is a question to ask.
Yes, I want to know.
No, this is, I mean, the most very cunning and then also not to take it as an insult or disrespect. This is a most disrespectful question.
I want an answer.
Because my cyber truck alone is $200,000. My Lamborghini is what?
Please tell us.
More than 250.
450. Let's continue.
Talked about only those two.
Yeah,
my
so that's
Corvette,
$500,000.
My Corvette, 100,000 plus.
550.
My Range Rover, I bought it in Ghana, give or take 95 to 100,000 plus.
650.
That's just cars alone.
Yes. You're a millionaire.
Are you kidding?
Me, I want a yes or no. So that tomorrow I didn't ask you the question.
But who is a millionaire?
That's a good question. Are you asking me?
Yes.
Someone who has still $1 million before.
In what sense? It could be in liquid cash or in assets.
Yeah.
I've seen both.
You've seen both.
Wow. So that question of millionaire.
I'll still ask again and I want the direct answer. Kojo, are you a millionaire?
Is it when the taxman is not watching the video or is watching? If the taxman is not watching, I am. But if they're watching, I'm not.
No, I like that answer. Wow. Is there? Wow. I know when we put this part out there on social media, they're good to car for you. Why is he mentioning his cars and the amount and all that? Please be motivated.
But that's the reality. That's not even like made up figures. That's just what it is. So that's just like highlighting the things that people see. So talk more of what people don't see. In my trading account alone, like the amount of money sitting in there, like it begs the question that you're asking, but obviously it's your choice, and then you want a definite answer. But anybody asking that now, they're very far from reality. Not you, though.
I feel you.
I'm just being very honest.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't really blow my trumpet. Sometimes people assume that I do, and it's okay. I don't care. Whatever perspective you have it. But sometimes we must call a spade, and it's just by putting some of these things in real checks, check marks, that it comes glaring in our faces. The first time I was asked this question that you just asked me was like about 3 years ago, and that time I was just like a little bit short of that if I introspectively watch myself, And so what I told the person was that I'm a millionaire. It's a yen video. You can go and watch a yen.com. It's on YouTube. I said I'm way past millionaire in cedis, but like very little short of millionaire in dollars, And it was not so long until, those parts also, it's all part
of it. So 3 years ago, that was the answer, and now the answer is a simple yes. If you're asking that question, please, we have a problem with it. For the people watching, I mean, we are coming towards the end. For the people watching, what would you tell them? Especially, I want this episode to be mainly about money, finances, mindset, and all that. What would you tell them?
So, when I was like 25, right? I had more like my own hashtag, right? And for every social media post, everything that I do, even like any book I write, anything that I did, you'd see like with that hashtag. Even when I'm sending you a regular message on WhatsApp,
You
see
had
that.
it.
And that was like Millionaire before 30. Yes. People that know me very well and who have been with me for like that long know what I'm talking about. I'd always like write that. Either I write MB 430, MB 430, or I just like write a full thing. And that was like me like calling it, more like prophesying it into my life, because like I wanted to be that, not just by title, but in reality,
yeah.
So like my mind started working in that line, because it requires a lot of hard work, dedication, striving, all the cliche jargons that we hear of, and it also requires being extremely smart and working extremely smart. We live in an economy where we spend obviously the Ghanaian cedis, right? And to put it in the context of like how much you need to save in Ghana cedis to become a millionaire, right? $1 million, then we're talking about 16 million
Ghana
cedis,
yeah.
right? You need to do the math. I have a term that I share with my colleagues. We say DTM, right? Everything we say DTM, right? Okay, you want to buy a new car, what's the name of the car? Mention whatever choice of car, DTM. You want to buy a land, okay, what's the average price of the land? DTM. You want to buy a house, what's the everything? DTM. Why DTM? Because it makes you face like your own realities, right? We're talking about money and finance and all of those things as a youth now, and I'm bringing it to the most barest minimum. It makes you face reality. Now, how does it make you face reality? Let's put it this way. Let's say by choice, right? Obviously, I don't know if it's right way to put this question. If you had your choice, right? We're in April now, December, what car would you want to buy? If that's like your
GLE.
Yeah. GLE, okay, I've seen that car. Mercedes GLE, right? So Mercedes GLE will range around, what is it, 700,000 cedis?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wrong.
The last time I checked was, I think, $80,000. Let me check again.
So 80,000, what are we talking about? Yeah, just around that range, 700, 800, 900, I don't know.
Yeah,
or $1 million plus. 80,000 is $1 million plus, actually. Can you imagine $80,000 like 1 point something, 1.2 or 1.3? Checking, let me see if I'm right.
GLE, Mercedes GLE 350. Yeah, $82,000.
Yeah. I was bringing in conversion into cedis.
Okay, so into cedis, so 82,000 into cedis. You're talking about 1.3 million. 1.3 million.
1.3 million. 1.3 million. Do something for me. Divided by 12. No, don't. Yeah, by 12.
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah.
Divided by 4.
27,000.
And divided by 5.
5,400.
Which means that for you to achieve your GLE goal, you must be making 5,400 Ghana cedis every single working day.
Right.
Watch yourself now.
Right. Can we please end this podcast?
No, this is what the maths is about.
I like it. Okay.
That is it.
Please do the maths.
That is it. You have to always do the maths. You just break it down in this simple, scale. Okay, from the price point to the year, to the month, to the week, to the day. If you want, you can go into the hours. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So I watch myself and like, okay, I make this a day, or I make this a week, or I make this a month. Okay, multiplied by this, it can get me this.
Okay.
And then you start planning like your life around that. And it applies. This alone just summarizes literally all the conversation about finance or money that we're talking about, because all it requires is that you do the math for your own livelihood, and then you peg that to what you want. And then if it's not up to, then go look for means to increase it. Whether you're getting a different job, an extra job, scaling up, whatever the motivation is, then it comes down to like, that thing, So like, I've even forgotten where I was.
Even myself. Now, all I'm thinking about is the 5,000. We were talking about the advice to the youth.
Yes.
You are talking about like the mindset, the things they need to have, and you were talking about when you're having conversation with your friends, and they want to buy anything, you tell them DTM.
Yes.
DTM.
And it was the same for me, you know, like I said. So like for everything that I knew, I kind of had my own like life plan and timeline as well. You know, you need that as well. Anybody here also need that. You know, you watch yourself. Okay, I'm 25. Like I said, I think I was highlighting on the millionaire before 30.
Yeah, before 30. Yeah.
That aspect. So that was like a recounting motivation for me, right? So yes, I think now I remember where I was.
Wait.
Yes. So now I just understood that what. Now let's bring in today's term millionaire in this context, because that was where we were before I brought the cap out.
Yeah.
So 16 million, right? You want to put down 16 million, right? Now I think you told me if on the average, if I'm right or wrong, you're like 5 years, 25 years, good. So it means that in respect, you have like 5 years to make a million if you want to.
Funny enough, I come to answer a question I had, so let's continue.
Yeah. So 5 years, right? You wrote 16 million down, divided by 5.
3.2 million.
And divided by 12.
266,666.
And then divided by 4.
66,666.
And divided by 5.
13,333.
So it means that in essence, every day
till 30,
you should be making what?
13,330.
But the beauty is that if you zone in on that thing that you're good at, right? Now you can imagine how daunting of a task it is.
Yeah.
Because you're probably asking yourself that, how realistic it is that I'm going to be making 13,000 every
24
day.
hours.
24 hours, right? But that is where the beauty of the challenge comes in. You get this conversation, because I'm going to tell you something that will shock you. If you zone in, let's say you have this, right? You can have it on your vision board, wherever that you just watch and motivate you, right? There's going to be multiple years along the line, right? That you make multiple 13,000 in hours.
Nice.
That will make up for the days where you would not even make it.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And that's where the buying of time comes in. Because imagine that you need to make in 13,000 every day, right? And then for some crazy deal that just came because your name became the biggest podcast or whatever it is, you had some deal that just closed 400,000 or 500,000 or whatever it is. Then if you bring it back to this maths, you don't need to put in the same level of work every day. But imagine that you're still an ambitious young man and you decide to put in the same work every day. Then you're going to buy enough and more time such that before you even get to like the 5 years on, you're like that $1 million ago is like, Plus, you know, the beauty as well is that there is some silent part of compounding that creeps in without you realizing. Because obviously, you're not going to tell me that whenever, if you're supposed to be abiding by this, you're going to make that 30,000, put in your bank, you can never touch it. You probably get like 100,000 at, let's say, the same 25 or 26 and say, I've seen this beautiful land here, I want to buy. You buy that land, 5 years on, it appreciates, it adds up. You know, I remember the price I bought my first house, right? Barely 400,000 Ghana cedis. Now, if I want to sell that same house, like 1.2, 1.3 million. You can imagine, and that's just like in short few years, you know, and say the same account for all the lands and all of. So get it from that logic. Don't always just stick to like, hey, the figurative part of it.
Have to go back,
But in essence, you know, once you have this figured out, you can become whoever you want to be and a millionaire as well, if that's your goal.
Before 30.
Yeah.